going to be talking about Investigating Anna. Or I keep messing up that name. It's Inventing Anna, not Investigating. I have done that since I've heard about this show, as I call it Investigating Anna. I don't know why. Maybe because it's of what it's about, but we'll get on to that. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because we're covering a TV show and not a movie. Usually with our movies, we do like an in-depth, like scene by scene playthrough, and then I say my opinion. I am holding a beauty blender. But today what we're going to do is I'm going to give like a short summary of the main characters, hours of TV show, and what the show is about, like a brief summary, and then I am going to do pros and cons of what I think, so like the positive things I like about the show and the negative things and the things I do not like about the show, while we do hair and makeup, because yeah, fun. So let's get started. Okay, so the show is 10 hours and 3 minutes altogether. It has about, if I remember right, about 9 episodes, and each episode is about an hour long. And it is starring Julia Gunner, who's most known for her roles in The Perks of Being a Wallflower and Maniac, and she is playing Anna. And we have Vivian, and that role is being played by Anna Chlumsky. I'm terrible with that name. I've rehearsed this like 5 times. I'm not good at it, but we're trying. And she is most known for her role in My Girl. Okay, so what is the show about? The show mainly consists of it's about a case that actually happened with Anna Delvey, who ended up like robbing like a bunch of people or not a bunch of people of money, but like banks and hotels and whatnot. And like her going to jail, her trial, and it's this lady named Vivian Kench, who is like a journalist and is trying to like figure out like what happened and if she's guilty or not, which she's obviously guilty, but yeah, that's just like the main part of what the movie's about. So I'm trying to decide if I should start off with positives or negatives. I think I'm gonna do negatives first because yeah, there's less of those for one, and for two, like who wants to have sadness start first? So the first thing is I hated the editing. I hated the editing of the show. It seemed just too amateurish, and I wish they just would have done the show better justice. I was expecting the show to be like When They See Us, which was another true crime show, or like The Act. I was expecting it to look more like that, but it was more like, it was like you're watching it kind of felt like you were watching like a little bit of like a rom-com, or like a what is it called? A like romance movie, like a teen romance or teen drama, like To All the Boys I Loved Before. That's like the type of editing it gave off, in my opinion. It was still like a good show, but I just wish they would have went into a different direction for the editing. My second thing was I did not enjoy the music. So the case takes place in like 2017 and 2019. I wish what they would have done is, because they chose to use pop music, and what I wish they would have done for that direction is I wish they would have made it so that it was like, maybe if you were gonna do pop music or whatnot, it would be like music from that time. So like music that was super popular in 2018, 2019, 2007, or 2017. I wish they would have done that instead of like they did like Best Friend by like Doja Cat and I forgot the other artist, but like they did that, and I wish, and that's like more popular music, where I think they should have used music that was more popular in that time to make it more like fit with what the movie is talking about, maybe is a better way of putting it, or like fit with the time more. The writing was a little awkward. There was like a few weird little lines in there, and like some things were like just like it didn't come off right or whatever. It kind of gave me, I don't know if anyone's watched this, but it stars the girl that plays DJ in Full House. It's called Aurora Teenage Mysteries. It gave me like Hallmark vibes mixed with like, yeah, just Hallmark vibes. It gave me like Hallmark or like Lifetime, which I would hope for like better with Netflix because it's Netflix and like, yeah. But I feel like they could have done a little bit more for the writing to make it not sound like it's a Hallmark movie or like something like that. Not enjoy the little disclaimer thing that they had in the beginning of every episode, which the disclaimer is this whole story is completely true except for all the parts that are totally made up. What I'm confused with that because like you say that it's like completely true except for the parts that are made up, but we never get a validation of what parts are true and what parts are made up. So we're just here to believe that we just gotta go with it. And I want to know what parts are completely true and what parts are a little bit made up, because I'm that type of person, and it just, yeah. But I feel like they maybe should have specified it or something of the sort. Just to like give a little bit of like, I'm trying to think of the word, to like make it so we knew what was going on. Because like maybe if you look into the case more, you know what's true and what's not. But like, I don't know much about this case. I've just watched like one video on it on YouTube. And like, I don't know much about it. So I feel like they should have probably made it a little bit more specified of that. My next thing is, I wish they would have given more dates. The first episode, they ended up giving one date, and that was November 7th, 2017. And that's the only date they give throughout the entire movie or show. And I feel like they should have included more dates, because once you see that date and then like you don't see any more dates, so is this all happening in 2017 or is it happening like in a span of time? Like, I don't understand what is happening in the like, where are we in her life, like how old is she, things like that. I feel like if you're gonna give one date, you should give all dates, not just one. I wish they would have done more with Norval and Chase, because those, I feel like they were pretty important characters. Like the show, like what ends up happening is our main character Anna ends up like stealing like a good like $500,000, I think it was, from Noor. So like I feel like there should have been more that come from that, cause like she just kind of got off scot-free, and then like we never hear from again. Like it's like they leave Val and like I think it was London, and then we never hear from him again really. And then like they pop up once at the like near the end of the show, whenever like the article that Vivian is writing about her, and like that's it. like to react, but after that, like they're just gone from the show, and it's just I wish they would have included them more, because I feel like it's not just like, oh, she stole a bunch of money, left them in a one place, took all business whatever's, ratted them out, and then they hopped off the face of the earth. That's not how life goes. So I wish they would have included what happened there, because I'm interested. Like, did they ever run into each other again? Did they ever confront her at some point? Like, did they ever visit her in jail? Just questions I have. And that may be just the end of the storyline, but I'm not sure. I wish they would have included. So at the end of the movie, they do this whole thing where they're showing like the fake, like the actor who played the person, and then they show like the real person in real life. I don't know if that made any sense. It was a blubbering mess, but like they show that, and they only do Rachel, Casey, Neff, Todd, and Jessica Pressler, who is the inspiration behind Vivian. But I wish they would have done people like Val, Nor, Chase, the guy that did Fire Festival. I think that guy's name was Billy in the show, and Alan. I wish they would have included those people, because like Alan, he got a full episode, but they didn't include him at the end. Or like I think Val got his own episode and they didn't include him at the end, and like things like that. So I wish they would have included them so that we got to see what they looked like in real life, because I thought it was very interesting how similar they got some people in the casting and how they didn't. So like I would like to see what they look like, because I'm not gonna go through the time and look it up if I'm just an average viewer. I get that they weren't wanting to make Anna the story like a Debbie Downer type of deal, and make it like super dark and edgy, like a murder mystery movie like The Act, because that's based off of a murder, or like When They See Us, because that's based off of like a murder, or not murder, but like an assault, and like people being wrongfully charged. And like that's more serious than, oh, she stole money, which that's still serious too, but it's not as serious as someone losing their life. But I wish that they would have maybe tried to like make it a little more serious, because like I said, it comes off as very immature and amateurist, because they're kind of like, it feels like they're making a joke of themselves, and the writers, they're making a joke of themselves and not really taking the story seriously, which I feel like they should take it a little more seriously, because yeah, and they should take pride in their work, because but I wish that they would have maybe just darkened the mood a little bit. And like, if you look at interviews of Anna Delvey now, she does not seem like a very serious person. Like, she does not seem like that type of person. So it makes sense for the writing, or for the person, but I feel like they should have made it a little more mature, I guess you could say. It also, like, with that, it gives me like teen drama vibes, which I think is weird, because the movie does have an M rating, like TVMA, which is like kind of the equivalent to a rated R. So like that one was weird. The next thing, and I guess this isn't really in the movie people's fault, but maybe on Netflix, is that they gave this show a TVMA rating. And to me, it's just, it doesn't make sense for the film. Like, all they do is like maybe say the word fuck, or like maybe allude to sex, but like it's never like we are showing you a butt, we are showing you boobs, we are showing you a male's body part. Like, they never show anything. It's just like alluding to the fact and they say fuck. Like, I don't feel like it should be a TVMA rating because it's nothing inappropriate. Maybe that it's like violence in like mature audiences because of the fact that they're dealing with a true crime case. But I feel like it was just a little stupid on whoever chose that, because like, say that a parent, like a kid hears about it and it's like, oh, I really want to watch this, and like their parents are like, oh, you're only allowed to watch PG-13 things, and this show might as well be PG, but just because it says like the word fuck or alludes to sex, it's a TVMA. And Riverdale's TV-14, and I would say that's more inappropriate than this show, as a good explaining of it. I don't like the whole thing. I don't like that they make it a whole thing that she is lying about her identity since she is saying she is German instead of Russian. Now, this doesn't apply for later on in the show because it makes more sense why they say she's lying about her identity, because she's saying she's a German heiress, where I'm not sure what the definition of an heiress is, but I would say it's like probably something along the, just from like context clues, it's probably like someone that comes from money and stuff like that, and like maybe that would apply. But like, whenever we see, and I think it's episode 2 or 3, and Chase is like to Val, like, hey, check her passport, I feel like something's fishy. And so Val does, and they have a different name. And it's a Russian passport, if I remember right. And I feel like they make it this whole thing that she has a Russian passport when she says she's German, but like, you can be from Russia but still say that you're German if you've lived in Germany, because she was born in Russia, moved to Germany when she was 16, lived there for a bit, and then moved to America. So she could say that she's from Germany because of her living there for an extended period of time. So I feel like that they should have conveyed that, like, oh, you're saying that you come from all this money in Germany when in reality you're not German, you're Russian. And this looks very light. Oh well, it's probably the lighting of the camera, because I have a ring light on me, if you could tell. I can maybe darken it up a little bit. But I feel like what they should have done is like made it make a little more sense, because it just like, it didn't make sense very much whenever I first saw that scene. And just, yeah, I feel like the writers could have maybe explained it more, because like finding out stuff and whatnot later on down the line, it makes more sense why they were sketched out, but like they didn't really explain it at first, so yeah. Don't like how much the show jumps around. It's just a little confusing to me, because like 1 second they're in like one time, and then the next second they're in another time of her life, and like in some parts it makes sense, because like earlier in the show, whenever Anna is blonde, it makes a lot more sense, because you can have a clear distinction of what's happening in present day and what's happening, like, what's a flashback. And in the show, and then later on down the line, whenever Anna dyes her hair brownish reddish, you have a hard time distinguishing what period we are in, because like it jumps around a lot. And I just wish that they would have like maybe specified it more. It may just be a me thing, but like This is my opinion, and that's what I think. I hope this looks good. I'm trying something new. And then my last critique about the show is that I don't like the lawyer character. He's just kind of a dick. Like, I feel like he was just kind of an a-hole to everyone. But, like, I feel like he's not a nice person in the show. Because, like, he does this whole, like, whenever, like, we first are introduced to him, he's, like, doing his little lawyer thing. And then, like, Vivian's like, hey, can I get some, like, documentation or whatever for this? And he's like, no comment. And, like, I get, like, lawyers, like, sometimes don't want to, like, give out information because, like, it's their job and whatnot, and they don't want to, like, mess the case up any. And I get that, like, I come from a family of lawyers. Yeah. But I feel like they should have maybe had it where he was just a little bit nicer to her, because, like, she's pregnant throughout the entire film or show until, like, the second to last episode. And like I said, I feel like he's just kind of a dick towards her. And, like, whenever he does the whole thing with Anna where he, like, talks about something that she did not want him to talk about and he does it anyway to try to lessen her sentence, that was kind of a dick move. Because if your client doesn't want you to do something, don't do it. Because it probably embarrassed her and made her feel like crap. And, like, don't do that. It's just rude. That's just moral stuff too, I think, but yeah. Just be a nice person. And whatnot. So, let's go to the positives. Because I do have a lot more positives than negatives about this show, it looks like, from my script. I love the casting for this show. I love how well they matched Anna to how the real, like, the like, character Anna to the real life Anna. I think they did a miraculous job. Like, they did so good at that, I think, with being able to make her look, the actress look like the real Anna Delvey. And, like, I just thought it was so cool, and, like, I'm obsessed with film. That's why I'm making the videos like I am, because it's something I want to do with the rest of my life. And whenever I see things like that, it makes my little self really, really happy about it. And I'm happy that they were able to find someone so good for the role, because I think it really worked out for the show of being able to. How did that make it lighter? I'm new to makeup, everyone, so maybe I'll make a few more makeup videos so finally I can keep learning makeup, because I've been doing it for a while, but I try out new techniques and stuff all the time. So maybe I'll keep trying to do makeup videos on here whenever I talk about movies. So yeah. So back to the show. In the episodes, they occasionally use Anna Delvey's real face on the instead of the actor. Because, like, in the very beginning, the movie starts off, or the show, I'm sorry, the show starts off with, like, a man printing these papers, and, like, on the paper, it's the real Anna Delvey on some of the scenes. So, like, there's, like, a part of her in court, and she's wearing, like, one of the outfits that a lot of people know her for. And, like, it's a real photo of the real Anna Delvey and not just the actor. And they do that I spotted that a couple times in the show, because I did do a little bit of research, not much, but a little bit of the case, so I could give the best information possible. But I really enjoyed that fact of the show, is that they used, like, actual, not footage, but actual stuff from the movie, or from the real life, whatever. I like how they matched Anna's court outfits so well, and how they made them, and how they got them to match. I pretty much just repeated myself writing that, but I really enjoyed that, because, like, in the last episode with the court one, where, like, Vivian had to get her a new dress, like, that was, like, almost identical to what she actually wore in court, and I thought it was so cool. Or, like, that entire episode was just, like, pretty much spot on what she actually wore in court, and I just thought it was really, really cool. Whoever was the costume designer for this show, like, shout out to you, because you did phenomenally. My next thing is, I like how every episode was in chronological order to her life, as it seems, but also they were able to keep the people's storylines in order. So, what I mean by this is, the show starts off with Val's episode, and he's, like, a guy who knew, or the first episode is, like, just, like, getting, it's kind of like a pilot episode. It's just getting the story in line so you understand what's happening and, like, what they're going to be touching on, where and then from there we have everyone has their own individual episode. So, like, we have Val and how Anna screwed him over. We have Nor and how she screwed her over. We have Alan Reed and how she screwed him over. We have Neff, how she screwed her over, etc., etc., etc. And I think they did that in, like, order too of how it actually worked out in real life, and I really like that they did that and did it so well. And we're able, like I said, to, like, get to match up very well. So A plus on that. This is just, like, a little, I think it's just, like, the theater nerd in me or something, but I really like that they were able to get the, like, they were able to, like, they weren't just, like, using stuff from the time now. They were using, like, actual stuff that would have been used in 2016, 2017, 2018. Like, they used the actual phone. Like, I think it was the iPhone 7 that was out at that time, and they actually used the iPhone 7 and didn't just use a phone from this time. Because I've seen a couple shows do that, or they sneak in newer technology, and I've seen that, and I don't particularly like it, because it's not, like, recent with what we're talking about. So I feel like it's kind of like they did the exact opposite of what they did with the movie, with the music, which I'm very happy about, is that they made it as true to how it was. I don't know if that made any sense. I'm just kind of rambling. I also liked how they got the pretty much the identical phone case, because on Anna's Instagram, if I remember right, because I've seen, like, a couple photos on, like, true crime stuff of, like, Anna's, like, actual phone case that she used. And it had, like, it was all black, like, leather, and it had AD in, like, I want to say Times New Roman font. I may be really wrong. And then, like, it was just AD, which is her initials. And they pretty much matched that perfectly in the show. They got that, like, spot on, which I was thrilled with, that they were able to get something that I feel like in this show, they got props and costuming down very, very well for the show. I really enjoyed Vivian's storyline and like her investigating the whole case. I like how like Vivian's storyline like went along is like what kept the show going, in the sense of like it wasn't just like, oh, I don't know how to explain it, but I like how they did that. And I like that they like, I just really like her storyline. I don't know how else to explain it except just I really like it. I'm going to pause, do my eyeliner and eyelashes off camera because I have a hard time doing that without I have a hard time doing it, so I'm just gonna do it off camera and then I'll come back and finish the video. So we are back. My eyes are something. This eye is drooping a little bit. It's fine. We're dealing. I got it the best I can. We're dealing with it. Good. So my next pro is, while I do my, I'll say insane amounts of blush because I love blush, is I really, really enjoyed how well the actor embodied Anna's character. For the like actor for Anna embodied the character. I feel like she did such a good job. Like, she had me believing she was Anna Delvey, which I knew she wasn't, but like, just, you know what I mean. It was a really good, she did very, very well. And like, I love how she got like the personality and stuff. Like, it was so good. Like, I am wanting to see her in more things because I enjoyed it. This blush hates me. Anyway, I really liked how they copied the photos that real life Anna took. So like, there's a couple parts where like they're taking photos. Like, there's like the whole like they went to the like vacation that like Rachel got scammed out of a bunch of money for, and never got paid back. Like that scene, or like that episode, I really enjoyed that because like I liked how they actually used like, or tried to like embody and like tried to like replicate those photos for the show. I thought it came off very well. I liked that at the end of the show they show the real life person and the inspired and then the character. So like how I mentioned before that they showed like the real life Casey, the real life I'm trying to think, the real life Rachel, etc. But like, also I still wish they would have included more of the characters because it's not just them. That they try to show all sides of the story, and how it was like kind of accurate. Like, again, it did have that disclaimer that things were completely made up, and that could be a little confusing, like it was for me. But I did really enjoy how like all of the sides were shown, and like they try to show Rachel's perspective because like that was a major part of like the whole like trip thing. That was like a major part of the show and things like that. I really enjoyed that they try to show each side. I really liked the ending. I think they did such a good job on the ending. Like, I really like that they like tried to, they like showed Anna at the end with like her just staring there at the bus, and I like that they kind of, I know it wasn't really a cliffhanger, but I like that they like left it to like, oh, you never know what's gonna happen next because her life's not over. I think she got out of jail, but she's trying, like, she may be getting deported back to Germany. But I like that they did that, and then I also like the whole Vivian and Anna scene at the end where like Anna's like, visit me, and like they're like, you show that they really have a relationship kind of now, and that they really kind of care about each other and stuff. And like Vivian says that she's going to visit her and stuff. It's really sweet. I like it. Like how like this kind of goes back to like the thing that I mentioned before. Like I like that they mentioned how like where everyone is now, and like I love how like they like with Casey's, I love how they put a little bit of like their personality in there, and it was just, I liked it. But I really liked that part. Like it was really, I really liked it. We're going heavy-handed on the blush today because we like blush. But I really like that they included everyone because, or not, they included that because like you want to know what happens to the characters, especially whenever you've watched like a 9-episode long show, and like you kind of become invested in these characters. You want to know where they are because like you become invested, like I said, because like Vivian, she became like one of my favorite characters, and so did Anna. Like how they portrayed Anna, I really like, but it does not give you an excuse to lie to people. Just no, don't do that. It's not good. But I did enjoy that. My next thing and my final thing to end off this video while we do highlighter and freckles, cause fun, is I really enjoyed the chemistry and like the relationship that was formed, I guess you could say, with Vivian and Anna. Like it kind of became like a little like we're best friends, and or like they're best friends, or like they're gonna be like it's like mother or daughter. Like Vivian really did take Anna under her wing, and like it feels like Vivian genuinely really cares about Anna and like wants the best for her, even though she did some not great things. And I really like that about Vivian's character, is even though that she can see and like she plays Anna's bluff, it feels like, and she can see where Anna's in the wrong. And yes, I am using a Crayola marker. I don't care. But like I like that. I really like the on-screen chemistry that the two actors have. I feel like they portrayed it very well, and I wish that, or I like to hope that that's how the real life Anna Delvey and, or I don't know how to pronounce her real name, so I'm just saying Anna Delvey because I'm not positive on how to pronounce it, and I don't want to be pronouncing it wrong, so I'm saying Anna Delvey. And Jessica, I don't remember her last name, but I really hope that that's how they were in real life, because it was inspired by what Jessica wrote and whatnot, and I hope that's how they are, because like they're so like that's so cute and so sweet, and I hope the best for both of them, even though that, like I said, Anna did some not so great things, and good thing she's in jail for it. But I really enjoyed that. So I'm gonna finish these freckles, and then I'm going to put on chapstick because I don't like lip gloss or lipstick that much. So I'm gonna do that off camera, and then we'll come back for the intro because I'm done. Okay, everyone. So this is the final look. I really like the girl with the little buttons, and then we have the grandpa sweater. I like the look. I put on like a tinted chapstick that has a little bit of gloss, and then I did a little heart on my nose. So yeah, that's the final look. I hope you enjoyed this in-depth summary video about not in-depth summary video, but in-depth like pro-con list, I guess you could say, for this video. And if you have any other TV or movie recommendations, please either leave them in the comments, or for now I'm planning on every week doing a little like post question thing where you all leave your suggestions of what films I should do next, and TV shows now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next Friday. Peace out.